Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today for the first time I'm going to be doing a walkthrough. So I know that a lot of channels out there, they provide tips and tricks, but I thought very few of them actually do, like a live run through as such, as to kind of show their students exactly how will be the best ways to kind of approach questions and attack questions and so on and so on. And for that reason, I thought it would be beneficial if I did a live run through myself, and then we could go from there, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 26-minute QR practice. At the same time, I'll also have I'm drawing on my iPad, so you can see my iPad screen. So you can see what working I'm actually writing down as such, but I'm going to try and talk you through as many of the questions as possible. Okay, so without any further ado then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and we can go from there. Okay, perfect. So 26 minutes, off we go. What's the probability of Alexander picking out? Okay, I'm just not going to bother doing this one. How many paint cans will Beth need? Okay, so Beth's going to renovate a room. Okay, you know what? Let's go to another. What's the difference between Levi and his total to percentage change of weight during the 10 weeks recorded? So Levi starts at 179 in pounds and he goes to 162. William goes from 159 and he goes to 148. Okay, so what's the difference between their total percentage change of weight? That means that Levi loses 17 divided by 179, which is 9.497%. The other person loses 11 divided by 159, which is 6.918%. So 9.497 minus 6.918. 2.579, so I'm going to go with this one. Assume that all weight loss is fat loss. What's the average daily calorie deficit required to achieve William's weight loss? So William loses 11 pounds. So 11 times 3,500. But then you have to divide that for 10 weeks, and you have to divide that by 7 to get it per day. Wait, let me see if I calculate William's right. 159 to 148, so it's 11 pounds. 11 times 3,500. Divide that by 70. Ooh, okay. We will come back to this. So what was Levi's average weight loss per week? So Levi goes from 179 to 162. Okay, so 17 pounds was average weight loss per week. So 17 pounds. Divide that by 2.2. That's how many kilograms? And he does this over 10 weeks. So over a period of 10 weeks. So that's in week 1. So is it times that by? Is this? Okay, we'll come back to this question. What was the ratio of tires sold to engines and mirrors? Tires sold to engines and mirrors sold in 2020 and 2021. Okay, so 2525 plus 3300 is 5825. And all of these four, so 4 and 8 plus 5 and 12 is 930, plus that's going to be plus 1400, that's 2330, so 5825 divided by 2330, 2.5, so it's going to be 5 to 2. Sold average 400 headlights per year over the same 4 years. How many more headlights did Luxor Drive sell than their rival? 215 plus 660 plus 734 plus 491 minus 1600. Okay, so 500 divided by 1600, so 31.25. Annual percentage increase remained. Annual percentage numbers of houses sold remained constant from 2021 to 2023. Okay, so 3960 minus 3300 divided by 3300. So it's a 20% increase. So 3960 times 1.2. 4752. Number of tire engines made up 50% of total items they sold. Given their sales doubled, how much did they sell? So Luxor Drive sold in 2019. Tires, engines, 670 plus 201 plus 399. I could have added those up a little bit faster. That equals 55%. So then divide that by 0.55 to get the total amount. And their sales doubled. So how much did they sell in 2018? So it's going to be half. How many more? Okay, I'm going to skip this. Various post-doctorate. She takes home $23.20 each month. Estimate how much she would pay every month towards a mortgage to the nearest pound if she was to buy a home. So she's a postdoctorate in Cardiff. Cardiff is 44.6. 44.6, and she takes home T320 each month. So 44.6 is disposable income spent on paying mortgages. To the nearest pound if she were to buy a home. So she is in Wales. Oh, so 24.8. Shows the percentage. Okay, 24.8. So T320 times 0.248. 575, but it says the nearest 100, so it's going to be 600. Find the approximate ratio of the lowest to highest average disposable income. So lowest to highest is 26.1. Divide that by 84. 0.3. Two people are on the same salary. They pay mortgages towards the region. So Northwest, Liverpool in the Northwest, and Bristol in the Southwest. So the difference is 10.7%. So then times that by 2680. 2680. So 0.338 minus 0.231 times 2680. Okay, 0.338 minus 0.231 times that by 2680. 286. Yeah. Median of average disposable income advised for house buyers. Median is going to be the middle two values here, 10 and 11 to 37.1. What's the difference in market values between Bitcoin and Ethereum? The nearest 10 billion. So that's 155.3 trillion. 5.3 trillion. And this is 75 point. Okay, so 155. I'm just going to do it in billions. So that's millions. Oh no, that's billions. So 155.247 minus 75.351. 10 billion, yeah. What does school spend on textbooks and writing materials in 2016? So 2892 divided by 0.904, so that's 3199.115. And you got 1380, so 1380 divided by 0.925, and then add that to 3199.15. 4691. Okay, the number of people that commute to work by bus in Topsham is 680. How many people commute to Topsham? 50% of those who commute by Exmouth. So Exmouth is double that, and then that's 25% of those. Okay, so then times that by 4, so 5440. Okay, how many calories are there in a vegetable salad with 85 grams of broccoli? Okay, calories. Grams. This is for 100 grams. So broccoli, so 33 times 0.85, 28.05. 110 gram of beetroot was beetroot, 46.1 times 1.1, because all these values are for 100 grams. 100 grams of aubergines, that's 21.02, and then 118 cal of feta cheese. Vegetable salad. I'm not seeing the cheese. 28.05 plus, oh, because it tells us it's that many calories, plus 118, 217.78. Oh, did I not answer that last one? Aubergine costs 2.30. Buying 2 times more aubergines, how much would the total produce weigh if it were £20 spent? So, so 2. This is just an equation. So it's 2.3 times 2x plus 3.5x equals 20. So it's going to be, that's the amount, 2 times more aubergines than pears. Okay, so it's going to be 3.5 plus 4.6, then 20 divided by 8.1. So x is equal to 2.46, but then you have to times that by 3. I believe, because you have one lot of that and 2 lots of the other one. What's the percentage increase in protein when switching from 220 calories of carrots to 220 calories of peas? Carrot to peas, protein increase. Well, I think relatively the amount stays the same, so it's just going to be 6.88. Oh, but it's 2020. Okay, never mind. So it's going to be 220 divided by 90.7 times times 6.88. which is 16.69, and then 220 divided by 39.4 times 1.25, which is 6.979, so 16.69 minus 6.979 divided by 6.979, 139.1%. It's recommended to eat approximately 300 grams of carbohydrates per day. How many grams of potatoes would be consumed if a person 42% in the form of potatoes? So 300 times 0.423, and potatoes is 14.8. So divide that number by 14.8. So this is how many lots of 100 grams you need. So you need 87. Okay. So how many more women? Okay, so let's get rid of this. So in 2015 there were 36,850 women diagnosed with stage 3 bladder cancer. So 36850 women, and then is this survival? How many more survive? So times 0.549 is 20, 30.65, and 37240 diagnosed with stage 3 bladder cancer, 0.699. So 26030.76. So 26030 minus 20230. 26030 minus 20230. Oh. Okay, 5,800. Is this net survival for 1 year? What stage is the greatest difference in 1 year survival rates between men and women? Yeah, survival rates 11. It's probably that's 15%, but that's greater. That's like 16.2. I'm put can't tell for this. What's the average 1 year net survival rate? Well, I'm a bit unsure on this one, so I'll flag it and I'll come back to it. It's average 1 year for women diagnosed from stage 2 to 4 bladder cancer. So 67.8 plus 54.9 plus 28.5 divided by 3, 50.4. Number of women of 1 year with stage 4 bladder cancer was 7650. So 7650 is equal to 28.5%, so 0.285. So that's how you get how many people were diagnosed. It's an equal number, or how many people had stage 4. How many people in total survived? So that's the total amount, and then times that by 0.372, and then add on 7650. 17,635. Okay, let's review the incomplete. So that's probability Alexander picking out a circle at random. Okay, so that's after what's that? 1, 2, I'm going to go left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 circles. Okay, how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 squares. Squares 8. Okay, triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangles. And then what about, okay, hexagons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what about pentagons? 1, 2, 3, 4 pentagons. And is there anything else that I've missed? Picking out a circle at random. Wait, surely there's something I've missed. No, circle, square. Okay. So in total this is 21, 26, 31, 35. So it's going to be 13 divided by 35. Okay. Picks out 3 squares in place. What's the probability of now picking out another square at random? So it picks out 3 squares. Okay, so we lose 3 squares, so now we're down to 5. So it's 5 divided by 32. 0.16. Shape with prime number sides are removed from the bag. What's the probability, Alex? Will pick out a hexagon. So prime number sides is removed. So primes are 2, 3, 5, 7. So the pentagon's removed and the triangle's removed. What's the probability to pick out hexagon? So it's 5 divided by, and you get rid of 9, so it's 5 over 26. So 5 divided by 26, 0.19. Yeah, just making sure. Picks out a shape 100 times, putting it back each time. How many times did he pick out a triangle? Well, I guess it's technically, so I can't tell. 5 divided by 35. So it's technically a 7, so it's 100 times 1 divided by 7. But probability has no memory, right? Like there's no, I don't think we can say. Shapes cost 13p per number of sides. How many total do Petro pay for all the sides? So 13 circles is 13, 8 squares is 32, 5 triangles is 15, 5 hexagons is 30, 4 pentagons is 20. Okay, so 13 plus 32 is 45 plus 15 is 60, 60 plus 50 is 110, 110 times 0.13 is 14.3. How many paint cans will Beth needs? Is there any others I can do? Okay. How many more grey than new black cars registered in year 4? Grey than black, so 495.127 minus 478.154 divided by 4 divided by 478.154. 3.55%. There were 1,000 registered in year 4 than year 1. Has the number decreased? Okay, registered in year 4 than in year 1 of white cars. So it's going to be 432,207 add 1320. So all the numbers are quite far apart actually, so I could try doing 432 plus 132, which is 564. So I just do 132 divided by 564, 23%. Black and blue cars being consistently popular, but what was the approximate ratio of black to blue? Black to blue is going to be 478 divided by 381, 1.25, so it's going to be 5 to 4. Number of orange cars registered in year 4 increased by 37% from year 3. Orange cars registered in year 4, how many? Okay, so 26042 increased by 37%, so this is divided by 1.37. And then that is oranges, that's 1.1% of the market, so then divide that by 0.011. Is that going to be right? So market share is total number divided by total number of all cars. Okay, that's in year 4. Okay. Oh, but that's the percentage points change. Okay, got it. So this is the change from last year. So what I should have done is 26042 divided by 1.37. So I'm just going to write that number down, 1908. And essentially, that's 1.1, which is a plus 0.4. So then 19008 divided by 0.007. So 2.7, so it's going to be 3 million. Okay, let's review the final ones. How many paint cans will Beth need? So she approached the company with a painter. She has the painter, she can buy the paint. Paint 4 walls, all measuring 2 meters in height and 3 meters in width. So that's 6 meters. So that's 24 meters cubed. So paint cans sold. Okay, how much paint cans will Beth need? Beth will need 4 paint cans, 6 paint cans, 24 divided by 4. She buys the cheapest paint and hires the painter herself. The cheapest paint. So it's going to be 15 times 6, so it's 15 times 24. Plus the 200. Hires the painter herself. She also has this. Okay, 20 meters, but if only the paint is bought. This is a tricky one because the cheapest option, if she hires the paint herself, I'm assuming that means not from the company, but 20 times 24 is 480, so 25 times 24, 600. Yeah, I think that's actually, chose the wrong answer there. I think that's right. How much more would it cost if she wants a week? Then if she bought the company's paint and did not hire a painter. Combined paint and painter deal, so 25 times 24, 600. She bought the company's paint, so 15 times 24, and did not hire a painter. How much more would it cost? Plus the 200, is that right? plus the one. How much more would it cost her if she combined paint and painter deal option than if she bought just the paint? So just the paint is 20 times 24. 20 times 24 is 480. So it's going to be, yeah, so it's going to be, sorry, not 600. It's going to be 480. Yeah, okay. What's the overall price if she settles for the cheapest combination of paint and painter? Well, I think it's going to be 15 times 24, which is 360, plus the 150 from the company. So I think it's going to be 510. Let's go to the incomplete. So assumable weight loss was fat loss. What's the average daily William's weight loss? So William loses. Did I get the things mixed up? So William is guy at the top, so he loses. Oh, maybe that's why. So he goes from 179 to 162. So he loses 17 pounds. 17 times 3,500. Divide that by 10. Divide that by 7. 850. What is Levi's average weight loss per week? So Levi goes from 159 to 148. So average weight loss, that's in pounds. So then divide that by 2.2. And then divide that by 10. So yeah, 0.5 kg. Okay, I just read the graph wrong. If you lose a further 10 kg, what's the percentage change in his weight from week 1? So William is this guy up here. And so 179 pounds. He's on 162 right now. 162 minus 22 is 140. So what's his percentage change from week 1? It will be 39 divided by 179. 21.8%. Okay, so I think that one will be okay. Are there any others I was a bit shaky on? Let's have a look at this one. So what's the greatest difference in 1-year survival rates between men and women? It's the greatest difference. So that's 3.5. That's about 9%. That's 15. That's like 60. But then that stage not known. So maybe it is stage 3. If we're just looking at between the stages. Okay, so I finished the test early, and hopefully it went okay. So let's mark it now. Okay, cool. So there's just one question that we got wrong. So let's just have a look at that question really quickly. Fine. If only I hadn't changed it last minute, eh? But we live and we learn. So let's have a look. We're given the 1-year rates, but we can't use this data to find out because between men stage 2 does not have the biggest difference. We cannot ignore that we have the data for people whose stage is not known. We don't know how many people have not been staged. This group could be made up when several number of people could skew the other stages such that stage 3 doesn't actually have the okay. So the idea here is, and this is important, is technically stage 3, there are going to be other people in stage 3 as well that we don't know because these guys are unstaged. So this stage 3 population isn't actually representative. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. I hope it made sense. The important kind of things there I wanted you guys to take away are, first of all, the way that I do questions. You kind of have to be very attacky on them, right? Read the question first always, and you can see on my first run through, if I didn't know what to do with the question, I just skipped it. There was quite a few questions that I didn't do, maybe 12 to 15 on my first run through. And here as well, like I had another 5 minutes. I mean, I probably could have gone back and like checked some of the other ones as well if needs be. But the important point that I'm trying to demonstrate is that you can do QR. QR should be one of the more higher scoring sections, I personally believe anyways. And I know that I've had a lot of practice with it, but part of it is kind of getting it to a point where it's basically almost instinctive, okay, where you see it and you just know, bang, this is what I have to do. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So just to summarize, so first of all, have a look at the way that I did the questions, okay, in terms of how I read them, how I looked for answers, etc., etc. Secondly, you can see one of the things I just start doing is you just have to start doing math straight away, pretty much, okay, because like look at the numbers they give you. You're probably gonna have to play around with it somehow, okay, because that's all you can really do here, and kind of, I guess, thirdly, skipping questions is super duper important. Don't get hung up on any questions. You can see any ones that just looked really long immediately, I just skipped it, moved on, went on to the next one. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this QR walkthrough has been helpful. I know that I guess I didn't really walk through the questions too much in detail, so if you guys do have any questions, please do let me know. And if this video was helpful, please do let me know and I can do more of these if needs be. I'm also happy to do some live streams potentially someday in the future, or I can just sit and go through all of them really, so I could do like a full mock on stream at some time. But importantly, the point that I want to illustrate is that it is very, very much possible to get full marks in QR. I really, really do believe that, but it's just about being smart with the questions and not getting bogged down. And you have to do enough practice that it comes to a point where as soon as you see the question, you pretty much know what you're going to be facing. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. As like I said, it really does help me to be able to produce better videos. Thank you very much.